It just continues writing little check marks on an invisible notebook.
Does anyone else have anything? That's really all I need. I mean, we could take bulletproof vests, but... Eh?
I mean, the whole thing there is that the vest blocks more than just bullets, at least for one hit. So, either way.
All right then, perhaps you all will think of something else during the short journey. Please come with me. Match puts away the notebook. It puts the invisible pen, over an ear, and he walks out the door, whistling.
Well, Marcus is going to follow him.
Pearson will too.
Yep.
Is it like on the Manhattan map that we're going to, or something?
Yep. What does David do? Oh, you're gonna move him. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Now I don't
Is
know
Aaron
anyone
even here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm thinking.
It's fine. You're alone now with Theo. Theo looks at you.
So, what do you put our odds at?
Never been much of a gambler.
Fair enough.
Plus,
Not gonna...
I always seem to have the worst luck.
Yeah, I think it goes around. This shit is so fucked up.
Theo nods.
Demon hearts. Palaces underground. Ancient mages. What the fuck?
More to the list of things we didn't know will be happening whenever we became this.
I didn't know becoming this would be happening when I became this.
Neither did I, but I think I've had a better shake after all. I'm smooth, cool, and I could walk outside wearing a Yankees cap and not have a problem. You,
Yeah, I got a bit too pretty.
It is amazing the Ventrue aren't fawning all over you every single day.
Hey, at least I'm not covered in too many Toreadors.
Man, you just look like a regular old blue blood, man.
You've got one, David.
You know what I really wish? I wish that I had more time to practice Protean. That'd be fucking beautiful. I just picked up this shit. All I can do is see in the dark right now.
They said from the gangrel.
Yeah. I originally got with the gangrel because I wanted to keep an eye on Kadir. Figured that might be a way to do it. Picked up Protean while I was at it.
Theo nods and says, well, perhaps the worst of luck is not with us in this situation then, because it's just been convenient timing for you.
Yeah, I guess so. Fuck. I feel a lot safer walking in there able to, I don't know, turn into a fucking cloud and grow claws and shit.
Well, David, if we ever meet Sevlot, I'm sure he'll turn into a cloud for us, and you can see how it's done.
You know, that makes me feel a lot better. Thanks.
I know. The Zemitzi Fiend is looking out for us. Maybe he gives, like, last meal requests.
You know, I've been saying this for, decades now, but I could sure go for a pork chop.
Theo shrugs. Maybe you can ask Match. You know, gestures towards the door. He might have a pork chop for you.
Yeah, I've had a bit of a problem keeping him down lately.
Well, I want to see someone about that.
Yeah, I've been on a liquid diet for years now. Maybe I should stop self-medicating.
Theo shakes his head. You need to leave, David.
Yeah, I know. Fucking hell. Where should we meet up tomorrow?
Central Park will be fine. I'll be keeping an eye out. Won't need an exact location beyond that.
Works for me.
11. I don't know when you wake up, but the Tremere are tagging at midnight, so we're gonna need some final moments for preparations.
Makes sense to me. I'll see you then.
Okay. For the three of you who followed Match down first, you are in for a glorious witnessing sight. As it turns out, Match apparently has a goddamn semi. And attached to this semi is a massive trailer. You guys remember that whole wonderful color scheme, like a Mystery Machine type thing, you know, 70s hippie psychedelic colors, you know, on his van? Imagine that only plastered over a massive truck with a trailer. I call this the Love Machine Deluxe.
Hey, Marcus, isn't that pretty?
Sure is, Byron.
And, you know, then, you know, he walks to the back, you know, Match is sort of strutting here, you know. It ends up, opening the trailer, you know, lights come on inside, almost as if they're sensor-based. Three of you are standing back there. I got what you need! Marcus, self-control roll, difficulty 9. Marcus succeeds?
Fantastic.
2 successes. There is everything.
Very nice, very nice.
Basically, since Theo Bell is picking up the tab, I'll explain this in out of character for game mechanics. Anything in the book, you can put it on your character. And some of the stuff that's going to be out of the book, such as, say, you know, a white phosphorus grenade for Joseph, or for, say, you know, some sort of like chloroform type thing, or tear gas related materials that I'll have to think of on the fly. That's fine too. Anything in the book you can pick up. Match has everything in the book.
Cool. I'm thinking like a nice, like a dart pistol with a big compressed air canister and, you know, some heavy duty, like, elephant tranquilizer darts.
Perfectly fine.
As well as, you know, chloroform and rag, plus, I don't know, a half dozen tear gas grenades.
Yep. You guys want some time to review the book and think, you know, more about what your characters might go? Feel free to take your time. Part of the session.
Yeah, Byron is going to take 3 tear gas grenades as well. Not the full 6. He doesn't need that many gun then.
All of you are going to be like dressed in bandoliers and shit.
Oh yeah, Byron is going out and he's going to he doesn't own a trench coat. He's going to get one.
So this is the fashionable cashmere bandolier made just for blue bloods.
Oh, no, man. I was going to make a joke about it, but I'll mention it now. He's just going to wear jeans, a T-shirt, the Kevlar vest, and he's going to put the trench coat over it. And that's pretty much
Let me guess. Let me guess, Byron. You've been watching some movies lately?
Wait, how high of throw rock do I need in order to throw a tear gas grenade?
Oh, man, you stole my line.
Well, since it is hard mode, you won't be able to throw tear gas grenades with proficiency, man.
But I invested all my points in throw rock. How high does it need to be?
No, I have your character sheet right in front of me.
Yeah, no, it's right there on page 5.
No, there's not even a page 5.
What? Yeah, there is. Is your, viewer broken or something?
No, the storyteller. I took a look at the chat and I saw their ideas for weapons.
I have been ignoring the chat's ideas for weapons for a while now. Apparently it takes 5 turns to reload a crossbow? What the fuck is it?
Well, yeah, a turn is only 1 to 3 seconds long.
3
Yeah.
seconds.
3 seconds minimum, but it can be longer depending on storyteller discretion.
So yeah, firing 4 crossbow bolts per minute. Sounds legit to me.
Yeah, have you ever those are the heavy-duty crossbows. Those aren't like the little ones that shoot like pencil-sized things. Those are the ones that shoot like a giant stake.
They're
So,
fucking arbalasts.
yeah, they're like mini arbalasts. Like Joseph would die if he tried to shot one of them. It would just crush his chest in.
I would love to see that.
So feel free, to take your time combing through the book, and for anything, say like a new weapon that you might need to, update, or even you can even make a macro for your whole attack rolls and damage rolls types of situations. Good stuff. Yeah, definitely. We're only 3.5 hours in the session. We got time.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab dinner soon. All I want is those 3 items. David really is of the opinion that if pitched fight ends up happening, everyone's fucked.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Here, I'll be right back. I'm getting some food.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Byron is still going to get the Kevlar vest, but I don't know if he's going to be wearing it. For some reason, I had in my head that it had no penalty, but it shows up as having one here.
Yep. Sure does. And who knows whether you'd really want to take a penalty.
Yeah, if there's going to be repelling involved, he's got 2 decks, and he might buff himself up a little bit, but still, he doesn't need a penalty.
I want to understand. I want to know why flak jackets have a higher armor rating than Kevlar vests when flak jackets are actually, in real life, inferior to Kevlar vests.
Are you saying that White Wolf may have made a mistake involving the realism of their role-playing tabletop game?
I've said this many times. There's a lot of mistakes when it comes to realism. Well, in things that can actually be considered real. But either way, Mark is picking up a fire axe and a basically the shotgun he was that one time when we got Jermaine, he got given that. Then he lost the shotgun because of something. I don't remember what. Somehow he lost his...
One thing I mentioned that I didn't mention that I want to pick up is a heavy revolver.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I'm going to need to go back to my haven to pick up my pistol, and then I'm going to need to tell Byron, to tell Evelyn, to call movers to move the crap out of my haven during the day because I'm not going to be there.
Why don't you just get a new pistol right now?
Sure.
I mean, you never can have too many spare guns, right?
We'll get him a Colt model 1911, the kind he saw in... No, I don't... Did they still use model 1911s in Vietnam?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were issued in Nam.
I'm saying this as a guy who actually was born well after Nam.
No, I mean they're very popular.
Because I remember sometime like in the 70s or 80s or 90s that the United States military moved away from them in 1911.
Oh, you're saying a military issue. No, I mean, they were definitely still giving them out. I think.
I think it wasn't until the 80s that they stopped issuing them, and I don't think it was until the late 80s, maybe even the early 90s, that they cut them entirely, and you weren't allowed to have them as your standard sidearm.
Right, exactly. It was the big gun that was cut after Vietnam, if I recall, is the M14. But you're not going to be taking that, so.
Yeah, that's a designated marksman's rifle. Funny thing about the M14, it made a resurgence after the invasion of Iraq.
I'm sure. It's much,
much
more reliable.
The United States Army and Marine Corps and all that stuff were trying to get rid of their stocks, and then once Afghanistan and Iraq happened, they didn't have enough of the guns, so they started buying them from like museums because they didn't have enough of them.
Back. My food's in the microwave.
Welcome back.
Let me see here if I can figure out this newfangled macro system.
Oh yeah, let me figure out in advance since I'm always clueless.
So, the dart gun would be dexterity plus firearms, the chloroform would be dexterity plus brawl, and the grenades would be dexterity plus athletics, right?
I think, yeah.
Cool.
For everyone who's spectating at home or, watching the live stream, I know this is a pretty quiet and exciting time. This is serious business that the players and their characters are going to be engaging in, so they're going to give it serious thought.
Serious bookkeeping.
Whoa.
I'm trying.
What'd you say?
I was gonna make a macro, but I realized that my dice pool for to shoot a gun is going to all. Well, actually, any combat action could be modified with my celerity, so it's like I'm gonna need to make a lot of macros, or I'm just gonna have to roll the dice manually.
Yeah, I just roll them manually. Or I input the number manually.
You could always just make macros for here's a 1d10 roll and go all the way up to maybe 10, 11, or 12d10 roll, and just press the button for however many dice you need.
Yeah, I think that's what Sean and I did.
Okay, that works.
I mean, it's just a suggestion. I mean, you're more than welcome to determine however many things you want to do. There's no I'm not going to give you any spoilers on exactly what might happen in a situation. Combat may occur.
And we are in an underground environment, so rocks could fall.
Whole parties could die.
Mm-hmm. Be like Neverwinter Nights 2 all over again. Oh, spoilers, sorry.
There's only like 14 people in the entire world who care about that game, Krypsyn. It's okay.
Yeah, well, exactly.
And of them, all of them have gone through the game like 50 times.
If there's anyone here or listening at home who cares about Neverwinter Nights 2, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It sure was a D&D game. Because, I mean, you know, D&D translates so well to anything other than tabletop games.
Yeah, I will say one thing. I actually liked Nishka. Judge me if you want. I thought she was hilarious.
You have been judged.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about, so it's going over my head.
I don't think any of the characters were... There was nothing bad about the game. It was just...
Neverwinter Nights, the entire Neverwinter Nights franchise is just a mediocre D&D game.
Yeah, that was it. It was just... It wasn't bad. It just... Nothing felt good about it.
Mask of the Betrayer was pretty good, but I wouldn't buy everything just to get that.
The whole thing was just pretty underwhelming. There was nothing amazing about it, nothing bad about it. The plot was forgettable. The gameplay was D&D without house ruling, unless you wanted to mod the game. It was.
Yeah, I played a lot of the other servers with Neverwinter Nights, not 2, but with 1, and that was pretty fun. But that was the only redeeming quality, really.
That's a lot of ones.
I'm just testing my macros.
I've got no idea how to even do the macros.
You can just click on my character and roll mine.
For everyone who just listens to the audio aspect of the podcast I upload, it's going to be great. I love this.
They're just like, what the...
I could cut this out. No, I'm good.
Yes, you can roll my macros. Thank you very much for noticing that.
And another thing is, you want to know how easily to fix that? You just change ownership to your token to you alone. So try rolling my macros. I'm gonna feel really stupid if you guys can roll my macros.
But he offered to let us just roll his macros.
Now you shouldn't be able to.
Shit! I'm assuming that was...
Nope, microwave beeped.
Yeah, that was me.
He's just fucking with you.
I'm like, is that a challenge? I'm the goddamn storyteller, motherfucker. I can roll your macros. I can even impersonate your token and begin speaking as you. Riveting commentary brought to you by the group that plays Vampire the Masquerade.
Oh yeah, I just in case so everyone knows, I'm ready anytime. I've got everything written down.
Yeah,
I have the weapons and stuff. I'm not taking body armor or any of that.
No, I don't know if Grimith will carry either way, but I put down that I brought a couple spare mags too. You know, I don't know that he'd ever come to that, but you guys might want to do that as well. I don't know.
We probably should because hard mode has been activated.
Yeah, well, I mean, Byron has a small semi SMG, and so spray and pray is definitely a thing that might happen.
Yeah, except spray and pray doesn't work with White Wolf. It raises the difficulty like ridiculously. It's only
in New World of Darkness is a bit more useful because you get lots of damage.
Byron has proved himself to be a stone-cold killer regardless of however many shots he gets.
I mean, he has the highest count of anyone in this game, right?
Yeah, and sometimes he even means to do it.
Yeah, so just so you guys know, Joseph's got a shotgun, a semi-auto shotgun, and a revolver.
You're bringing 2 shots?
No, one semi-auto shotgun.
Okay. Marcus is going in there with his trusty knife, a pistol, a heavy pistol, bigger than the one he usually carries around, an axe so he can axe people's questions, and he's carrying around a semi-automatic shotgun, probably the same one as Joseph. We're assuming all non-lethal stuff is being carried around by David.
I have Byron has 3 tear gas grenades, but that's all he has. That's all he brought with that.
And you should probably, jot down, how many rounds of ammunition or clips that you do have. This is your chance to, basically get stuff, at no cost.
Right. Yeah, Byron will buy, let's see, he'll take 10 boxes of 9mm. That's 500 rounds. Of course, he's not going to bring them all with him. He'll just put them in. He'll give them to Evelyn. She can use them.
Let me tell you how many penalties to dexterity-based dice rolls you would have.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, I mean, 50 rounds of 9mm. That's only. It's not that much.
It still weighs a lot. It still weighs a lot.
Oh yeah, with 10 that'd be like 20 pounds. I mean, he's not going to just throw it in a rucksack and say, "Yeah, let me rappel down." And no.
Give it to Joseph. See how well he does.
Yeah, I can imagine, Joseph's, getting ready to rappel down. Everyone says, "Oh, can you carry this?" at the same time, and packs whatever he has on back full, and he just falls down the entire chute.
So how much lethal damage is that?
Yeah, I'm carrying 24 slugs and 18 shots, in addition to it being loaded.
All right, basically.
Marcus is carrying around an additional 21 12-gauge rounds and an additional 48, 45 ACP, which is basically 3 extra magazine clips. I mean, he bought more of it, but that's what he's going to take with him. Now, the real question is, what is Theo Bell buying?
Theo Bell didn't come down there with you guys.
Yeah, Theo Bell told us what he's carrying. His shotgun, his breathe right strip, his glasses, I think he said a baseball cap.
Yeah, his New York Yankees cap. basically everyone were waiting for Heron to get back. Because this is important enough where everyone should be along for the ride here.
For those of you who did dungeon crawling action, congratulations, you've got your wish.
For those of you who might have wanted to see combat, it's probably going to happen, folks. I don't think these guys have fought since they killed Frosty the Snowman.
I mean, pretty much every combat we've been in has been a horrible, bloody, terrifying fight to the death.
You mean Bramblefuck?
Yeah, Frosty the Snowfucker.
Also, welcome back, Aaron. All right then, you four have your things together.
As well as Ken Beck did.
Yep.
Well, with your items, allotted, Match will nod and make various recommendations over the course of the process. You'll hand out duffel bags and satchel bags and all other sorts of information, things for what you might need to carry around. Of course, don't forget the fact that you'll be buying, non-combat gear as well. Such as Byron, for example, needed to have a means by which he could ascertain his position in total darkness. Beyond that, after you all finish up, Match will close up the trailer and said, "Like I told you before, you got the cash. I got what you need. Never doubt that."
Wouldn't dream of it, Match.
Hope to be hearing of some success stories now. Don't you all go dying on me. And Match will get into the Love Machine Deluxe and drive off. Leaving you there outside Madison Square Garden, very, very, very armed.
I'm a little bit armed.
It's gonna, yeah.
I've got two.
It might be a tight fit in Joseph's vehicle.
Or if you guys, if any of you want to take the subway, that is that option too.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do.
Yeah, certainly David Green can do it. You others, however, may have some difficulty.
I'm just gonna walk on the subway with all the stuff, and they're gonna ask what's that stuff. It's a performance. I'm an actor. These are all performance pieces.
Sports equipment?
Shotgun? I like shooting those clay pigeons.
And then you're gonna bosh your roll to try to convince them, and you're gonna shoot someone.
No, he's not even trying to convince them. He's blatantly lying.
No, I'm getting in your car. In fact, I'm calling shotgun.
Please just don't shoot your shotgun.
Well, I mean, if you don't let him get in your car, he's going to shoot you with his shotgun so that he can get the shotgun seat.
Yeah, Byron, no shits are given. He's just going to get in the back.
David, you making your way back to your haven?
Yeah.
Where are you three others going? Where's Joseph having his ghoul drive you back to Astoria?
Well,
Cool.
if they want to head up someplace, one thing I wanted to say was to Marcus, if weather's kind of shitty, if you don't want to hit up the shithole of our theater, you can stay for a few days while we get this shit sorted out.
Oh, that reminds me. Hey, Byron, can you tell Evelyn to call movers to move the shit out of my apartment?
Yeah, sure, I'll
I
tell
don't,
her.
I don't, I don't know where they're moving it yet, but I need the shit out by I need the shit out by the 1st.
And today is now the morning of the 31st.
Yeah, just have them move it to the Majestic. I'll deal with it when I get there.
Yep, I can give her the message. Not a problem.
Where's Marcus going to be sleeping then?
He's going to be probably sleeping at Joseph's place.
Oh.
Yes, Marcus the Toreador is sleeping over at Joseph the Malkavian's place.
He's sleeping over a priest? Oh.
He is Polish. Part Polish, anyways.
Alright. Will the four of you be engaging in any activities other than David returning to his haven, Byron returning to Evelyn O'Malley's apartment, and Joseph and Marcus heading to Joseph Jung's church?
Don't think so.
Let's see, David wakes up at 10 o'clock p.m. now, right?
Yeah, all four of your characters wake up roughly around like 10:10 p.m.
Alright, well, he's going to set an alarm for 9:30 p.m. in the hopes that he'll somehow be able to get up early. Because he wants to try to get just a bit of hunting in before he goes to the park. He wants to be completely full up that night.
Okay.
Of course, there's a good chance it won't work at all because, you know.
Right, if vampires could bypass their humanity limitations so easily, they would have, they'd all be waking up as soon as the sun sets, right?
Exactly. But he's still going to try.
Alright, that's fine. What about, you others?
Joseph is not risking feeding.
Well, Marcus is going to want to because he has his reasons.
Okay.
Yeah, Byron will do the same.
He's going to want to feed before he goes to meet, Theo.
Yeah, Byron as well. I want to get one in there to top off the tanks, as it were.
That'll end up putting you guys late, since you wake up after 10 and Theo Bell had said to meet around 11. And hunting takes an hour.
Yeah, how late is late? If it's going to be more than about 20 minutes, then Byron will say, F it. He'll find someone tonight, the night before, and then just be one off.
David, if David wakes up at 10 o'clock as normal, he's actually going to try to find a subway car with only one person on them going into Manhattan as a combination hunting and getting to Theo Bell situation. And have a nice, tasty taste. But that's just, plans. Plans change.
All of your characters would know that you all ended up waking up at around like 10:19, 10:20 p.m. This just past 9, normally. And it's certainly possible for you to attempt to try to wake yourself up earlier. But normally, yeah, whenever you guys have been arising, this just past night, you woke up at like 10:19.
So yeah, the plan, assuming that the alarm will fail, which it almost certainly will, is for David to try to get a snack on the train ride over to Theo.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can see Byron can ask Evelyn if she could, shake him awake at, like quarter till 10 or something. And if she succeeds, then he'll go and try something.
She can certainly try to do that, yeah.
I honestly can't say, hey, Craig, can you wake me up at 9:30? That's kind of, I don't know if he'll do that.
I mean, You can ask. It's just
Craig will attempt.
he's not gonna like slap you around. He's not gonna piss off a vampire, but I mean, if you want to shake that 930, sure. It's not gonna do anything. He knows that.
See, now suddenly in my head I've got shake, shake, shake that vampire, shake, shake.
I mean, like, if Craig had, like $1 every time, he might have tried to wake up Joseph early and didn't get a single fucking response.
Now I'm imagining Joseph snoring when he does that and Craig dropping him saying, "You don't even breathe."
You're just doing this to spite me.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna say. He's pretty much sure he's not gonna get woken up by that.
Alright. If that's all the decisions then for this day, then we'll go ahead and say that the sun ends up rising then, and you all fall into your vampiric slumber.
And here I thought that the long night had finally come.
Perhaps the time passes eventfully, perhaps uneventfully, all the same. Sun eventually sets, as it is wont to do after over 12 hours. It is still fucking cold outside. Still in the single digits. You're looking probably about 9 degrees Fahrenheit. Still so much snow on the ground. Everywhere. Emergency service vehicles all abound, still trying to, repair the damage from the event. Strangely, there wasn't another earth tremor, so there was that going for you. There wasn't another earthquake. Good times. All the same, though, let me see if I have the situation here. Okay. You've all been disturbed. The sun's not quite in the sky, so, you all are being stirred. How about for those of you who want to try to wake up early, give me humanity rolls at difficulty 8.
That's 3 successes for Byron.
0 for David.
And 1. Alright, we're going to go ahead and say that Byron and Marcus managed to be disturbed by Evelyn and Craig respectively, and they managed to cling on to it long enough. We'll just hand wave that they can be awake early. David's not getting up until 10:22.
Gonna spend the blood to wake up, and then Marcus is gonna try to smack some sense into himself as he tries to go ahead and get some hunting in, meeting Theo.
Ditto, ditto.
Alright. You'll be hunting in a Queens, Marcus, so go ahead and give me perhaps say a charisma plus expression, or rather empathy, at difficulty 4. For you, Byron, go ahead and give me a wits plus streetwise at difficulty of 4 to see if you can find anyone attractive enough. Alright, that's a success for Marcus there. Marcus wins, and Byron wins.
I'm just taking the 2 blood points I need, so
Okay.
nothing major.
Yep, same thing. Do I need to roll for success, or is that the success?
That'll be fine. No need to roll. I will put you guys at about, say, 10:30 though, which means that David and Joseph have ended up awakening. David, your chance there to try to wake up early. Nope, didn't work.
All right, well, David's going to follow the advice that his therapist has been giving him, and instead of smashing his alarm clock in anger, he'll just turn it off.
All right.
He's making some progress.
Definitely.
And then after he turned his boss, gonna smash it.
No, no. And instead of going through his normal daily routine of, getting immaculately groomed and putting on his suit and all that, he's going to get dressed and geared up in, jeans, his hoodie, his mask, his gloves. He's going to bring all the stuff he bought from Match, plus a pair of brass knuckles and his knife.
Okay.
And then he's going to try to find a subway car on the way to Theo Bell that has just one person in it, so he can have a snack on the way there. If he doesn't find that, that's fine, but that's what he's going to try and do.
Let's see here to make. Give me a wits plus streetwise at difficulty 8 then. Please.
No, that's a failure.
With the one there, yeah, David just sort of ends up cursing. Well, I don't know exactly how to respond, but David does not find a subway that has just one person. There always just seems to be like one group, perhaps due to like all the emergency situations and the fact that some subways are still down. There's just over congestion, and so it might be impossible to find a subway.
I imagine they closed a few lines after that earthquake. At least until they're all, checked up on.
Okay. Well then, Joseph, how are you going to be heading there and stuff?
Chuck everything in the back of the car and get in passenger seat.
Who's driving you?
Rain.
All right. And through various means, you four, Kindred, end up making your way towards Central Park. David ends up being a few minutes late, but yeah, he still arrives within a pretty decent amount of time, and as you all end up approaching and stepping out of your vehicles, as mentioned before, Theo Bell does end up making contact with you. And sure enough, although Theo Bell does have a bag of sorts on his back where he might be keeping other things, it just so happens to be, a situation where he has exactly what he promised he'd bring. He's got his New York Yankees ball cap on, his police-style sunglasses, the breathe right strip over his nostrils, and the semi-auto shotgun. And rather quickly, he ends up leading you all into the sort of darkness of Central Park. The destination, basically heading for that shack that you all have become so familiar with. And eventually, David ends up arriving too. Sort of seeing the figures, and David can surmise that since that's going to be our entry point, he's heard about it as well. Maybe follow Byron along because Byron's not the stealthiest.
No one except, well, yeah, he's the least stealthy.
Yeah. And from there, you folks can do a last-minute review of what you'd all like to do or discuss, or there's anything that your characters might be thinking or want to say to each other before this begins during this final break period.
I don't know. Do you guys have any ideas?
Byron's just going to snort and say, no, just don't die. For good.
You know what? Dying's okay. Just don't get captured.
Byron is just going to shudder a little bit.
All right, who's taking point?
I'd imagine that once we get on there, that'll be us too.
Theo says, I can do that with you as well, but I'm not as familiar with the surroundings down there as one of you might be.
Yeah, and how we act and where we go all depends on what's actually happening down there at that second.
Byron, ever so innocently, is going to say, maybe someone should scout it out at some point. And after Joseph glares at him, Byron will just shut up and just say crap, crap, crap some more in his head.
Ah.
That was not a sigh of relief, everyone.
No, it was not. Well, anytime we're ready.
Let's do this.
All right! Copy your tokens!
Copy.
Control C.
Done.
Of course, your first obstacle ends up being you all are standing near the shack, as it were. This, little lonesome, perhaps maintenance sort of shack here, isolated in the rest of Central Park. Pitch, total silence. Of course, you still have the noises from the city filtering in all about here as you approach closer to midnight and you sort of work through all of your plans again and perhaps recite little things to yourself to remain calm and focused and in control and all of that hullabaloo to ensure, perhaps proper survival, because this is a big deal. As the clock winds closer to midnight, you get to about 11:57 p.m., another earthquake begins. This one's a little bit more severe, but for all of you and Theo Bell, it's no trouble at all maintaining your footing, although it comes as sort of a surprise. The quake itself lasts for about 216 seconds, so quite some time. And again, you imagine it's probably only done superficial damage, but, 3 quakes in 4 days is, perhaps somewhat disconcerting. With that, Theo Bell will say, though, as soon as the tremors subside, that's our cue. And with a mighty boot, just fucking levels the goddamn locked door of the shack. Whoa!
Works for me. That actually reminds me. I guess there's no way of asking that without there being spoilers. I was going to ask if this entire scenario would count as one scene for the purpose of blood buffing.
Mind if it takes place within the span of an hour. It's hard to tell how long you guys will take.
Exactly. That's why I said there was no way of telling.
And with that, you guys are exposed to basically like the pitch dark interior of this There's the shack, of course, you still have the light filtering in from outside, as well as your stairwell passageway, the spiral staircase leading downward.
Byron will put the night vision goggles on, and he won't power them up until he gets into the stairwell, but once it gets dark, he'll follow and turn them on.
Okay.
David puts on his mask and turns on his eyes.
Sort of, Theo Bell definitely has the glowing red eyes that David also has. He gives David a curious look, it seems, since David Green apparently has this mask on. I believe this will also be the first time that anyone else in the coterie will have seen David with his mask.
Sometimes it's good to be anonymous.
Byron nods, said, "It's a good look for you."
You trying to be Batman or something?
If I was trying to be Batman, I'd wear a cape.
I don't think capes are right for you.
That's why I'm not Batman.
Do Joseph and Marcus also have night vision goggles given to them by Byron, or did Byron only grab one for himself?
He asked if you guys wanted them. Just whatever.
I had it noted on my sheet.
Yeah. Well, where the hell were you, Jordan? I gave you guys like 95 minutes. It's fine. You all make a careful progression down the stairwell. Theo goes ahead and takes point in this situation. His shotgun loaded as he surveys the scene. I'll go ahead and just go ahead and give me a sense of marching order here. We'll say Theo's in front and people can line up behind him. All right. It takes some time, mainly because you folks are being careful, but then again, all the other times you've been here, you've been careful. But you do eventually end up getting to that landing, where the elevator is. And, the elevator actually does look like it's glowing there. The light appears to be on, from the panel. Looks like it's still functional. We're saying, though, that there is some measure of debris, as if the constant shakes, while maybe not so horrible, on the surface, have perhaps been a bit targeted more towards down here. There is some debris. The structure, the entire landing does look like it's seen better days. Not horribly unstable, but, Theo Bell ends up walking and takes a look at the elevator and says, "Huh, it's working."
Maybe the Tremere haven't been successful yet?
Theo shakes his head. Perhaps it was just too hopeful to say that all of the power might have been cut to the mansion. All the same, Theo actually reaches into the bag. I'm prepared for this. He ends up pulling out a curious sort of electronic gizmo device. Way beyond, the whole electronic, capacity, with regards to technology. Any of you folks can make a technology roll at difficulty 9, an intelligence plus technology, I think it is. I think that's how it's listed on the sheet.
I don't have any dots in technology, so Mark is like, I don't know what it is.
I know David's got a 1 dot, I think. Maybe 2. Yeah, he doesn't know what it is.
Botched. He botched.
Unless it was difficulty 5.
Nah, difficulty 9. David's mind is fucking blown. What the fuck? It looks like a spider? What the hell? Fucking Theo Val.
Fucking robot spider.
A magic spider that he attaches to the whole, the palm axis of the device. And it takes a good amount of time, about 10-15 minutes. He ends up dusting the section with the prints where they go. But sure enough, Theo apparently has it simulated so that maybe this device, maybe it had Dimitri's palm print scanned into it. Maybe Theo's a goddamn wizard. Maybe he has Nosferatu friends. Who knows? But eventually, the elevator Takes about 10-12 minutes. It beeps. Elevator door slides open. For your part, you guys here on this landing, there is complete and total silence apart from you five. You're sort of like cut off. You're so far below ground you can't hear anything from above, and you don't hear anything from further below other than the gentle hum of the elevator. Ding! Door slide open.
I would have preferred Gravel.
How many dots of F do you have?
It doesn't matter.
And on that, if you all want to step into the elevator, we'll go ahead and take a little inconvenient but 3-minute break. I need to check on something. There's a surprise visit, and I'm not amused.